Thanks, Eric. One of the highest honors that anyone can receive is being inducted into the Hall of Fame. And for BCSN's Tom Cole, that happened tonight. TC, a football standout turned broadcaster, was honored by the City League by being inducted as a distinguished citizen for everything he's done for both the City League and the community over the last 4 decades.
It does make you a little reflective, and you think back and all the people that have given you opportunities, all the people that have helped you along the way. I'm certainly grateful.
Well, it means a lot to me. He's given so much to the community, at least I feel he has, and he's loved working with kids. I just think it's a great honor and privilege.
Those at tonight's ceremony not the only ones to think TC worthy of the honor. In fact, Cole began his legacy more than 50 years ago, touching lives every step of the way.
Tom Cole for BCSN, and really what an honor it is to have what I think and most everybody here thinks is the greatest basketball player in the history of the Toledo City League, Mr. Jim Jackson.
Deshaun, congratulations to you. What does it mean to you to be nominated for this award? You're one hell of a quarterback and a great person. Deshaun, it's been a privilege to cover you on BCSN, and the role model that you've been to young kids is remarkable, and we're just really proud of you.
Tom and I met about 50 years ago. When, we both lived in the same neighborhood, about 3 blocks away, but he was a couple years younger. I was a supervisor at a playground, and he comes walking in someday, introduced himself. He was a quarterback, I was a quarterback. So we started throwing the ball around. We started kind of like instant friends. A lot of people say, "What, is this guy always this way?" And he is. And I have 50 years of background on that. He's always upbeat. He's always positive.
Cole, simply known as the coach, made it his mission to be more than just the X's and O's, leaving his footprint in everything he did.
Tom was one of the varsity coaches here at St. John's during my whole tenure here, so I had Tom as a varsity coach sophomore, junior, and senior year. Great, positive guy, really good with the guys, a really good offensive mind, liked to throw the ball before the days of people actually threw the football. Tom was ahead of his time there, there's no question about that. Good coach, good motivator, you know. I had him as a teacher as well in class. I had him for an English class my junior year, and just a great guy to be around. There's one thing that I've always taken from Tom, and he told me this a million years ago. You know, he said, "I know what I know, and I know what I don't know. So I'm not going to try and do something that I'm unsure of or don't know anything about." And Tom told me that as a young coach years ago, and a long time ago, 30 years ago probably. And I think that's it's been great advice.
After his coaching days were done, Tom found a new platform to be an advocate for the community, making a positive impression each and every day.
Oh, the biggest impact I think Tom's made, and this is why he's being honored by the City League between his coaching and between his contribution to BCSN since it started up, is, you know, there's a lot of negativity that can crack into local high school sports. You know, you listen to sports talk radio, you go on the internet, you can hear a lot of negativity. It's not about the positive, it's about the negative that's going on in sports, and he has never let that creep into BCSN and his commentating. He is always positive about high school athletics, and that's what we need. Yeah, it's important to many of us, and there's a right way to handle how important it is, and he's a great example of all of us in that area.
He brings so much attention to the City League. You know, being a former City League player, and even though the City League's changed now from when he was in it, he's still such an advocate for the coaches, for the young men that go to our schools, and he's constantly trying to get the kids out there. And you know what? He does a great job, because if it wasn't for Tom Cole, you wouldn't hear much about the City League.
Tom's full of energy. Every time you talk to Tom, he understands the sport of football, and he understands the community and what it takes to build a successful program. He's been doing it for umpteen years, and his energy and his feedback and his positivity has weighed heavy with me this year. And you know, the 4 or 5 times he's interviewed me, you can't ask for a better person to sit down and have a conversation with. It's just been utmost respectful. He tells you straight from the hip whether it's good or bad, and you respect him for his the way he handles himself professionally.
Something those that work closest to him at BCSN agree with completely.
After 30-some years in broadcasting, I don't think that I've had a better working relationship with anybody that I've ever come across than him. And it really started maybe even the first day when I ever met him on the very first BCSN broadcast. He just came up, and with his inimicable manner, he just came up and started asking me about my background, my career, showing a real interest in things that I had done, even though he'd never met me before. And I think the best thing about him is it's not in any way a put on or anything like that. It's just who he is. The phrase, what you see is what you get. There's never been anyone I've come across that a better person for whom that phrase describes than Tom Cole.
Coach, congratulations on your induction into the City League Hall of Fame. Well deserved. You're the most positive guy.
It is most deserving. You've been great for local high school athletics here in Toledo.
And it's great to have a representative like you and an advocate for the City League going into the Hall of Fame. Thank you so much for everything you've done for all of us.
Long time coming and many more to come. Love you.
I and our children are extremely proud of you.
And I'm very, very proud to be able to witness you receiving this, because there isn't a better person they could have chosen.
Congratulations, Tom Cole. You deserve it. Reporting for Sports Nightly, Christina Awayo. Back to you, Eric.